Hello, and welcome back again to Self Podcast, the show that gives ideas about self. I am Jamaica M. Yango, your host for today's podcast. Last episode was a great story where you can get and relate on the situation. It was such a nice and touchable story wherein you can feel the struggles of the person of being miserable due to the bullying. In today's episode, let's discuss and get ideas on how you can feel your true colors. Let's discuss now on how to fully gain your self-personality. We'll discuss the ins and outs of society shaped by self-identity. Be sure to listen all the way through for the details. Each of us has a sense of who we are, where we come from, and what we believe. But is identity assigned at birth, shaped by circumstance, or is it something we choose that change over time? We all know that people has its own and different identity. The identity of one's life are different when we are first born up until we get older. People has a lot of identities that we may need to do a hard work to seek and gain what we truly are. An identity that society can also be the reason that we may shape our identity. Our identity may shape depends on the society views us. Some society will shape us in the terms of dragging us down, and we feels like, why does society mean to me? Did I do something wrong with them? Those questions may come on our mind because we feel like we are being tortured by the society. As a matter of fact, it depends on how matured we are to handle problems that may come. As we are in our lower age, we are all dependent to our parents and other loved ones, as we didn't know what our role in this world, and yet we are still weak after a couple days we born. We have ourselves, yet we didn't truly know the whole us. We see ourselves as strong and perfect one, but we are weak when it comes to big problems that comes. No, I don't need my parents. I am independent enough to stand on my own life. That words may we encounter in our minds, but we didn't even know the capabilities of what we can do. For us, we are strong enough to fight on our own battles and live on our own without even trying to know our capability in life. We have this feeling, I know myself already. I'm too grown up to not know myself. But in the end, we failed and never gonna fight back again due to one loss of battle in our life. We may say that we are all grown up, yet we are weak to fight again when people brags us down because of our negative thoughts. A true grown-up people will know how and when to step back on a fight. Society may brag us down, but it doesn't mean that we may be easily to be affected with their views and thoughts in us. We are we. You are in your own story of life. I acknowledge that criticizing someone's identity can make them defensive, but the solution isn't to deny that identity doesn't exist. All of our lives must fundamentals and unavoidably include identity. Our identities influence our behaviors, and our behaviors influence our identities. Trying to hide your identity may make you feel better about yourself, but it won't change how other people perceive you or how their perceptions influence their behavior. We all know and controlling our actions and mind. We are the one who's shaping our identity to be a better and strong person with the help of the criticism of other people. It may be painful for us, but it is our actions and mind if we may be affected by their accusations or neglect and fight our own life without being affected. Our behaviors may also affect our identity because it may reflect on how people sees us and think that we are a person like what we enacted. Our past behavior help us to develop into a stronger and better version of ourselves. We may become wise in making decisions and will remain humble and kind. And that will truly help us to be in our best not only today but also in the future. Concerning the identity of the person themselves, the thinking being, perhaps surprisingly for his time and culture, Locke claims that personal identity is not tied up with the soul. This is because he thinks that the same soul could in fact play host to different consciousnesses. It is your consciousness which makes you the same person over time. Specifically, it is the continuity of your memories. We may be confused sometimes of ourselves, confused of some things that may come, such as our behaviors and actions that happens that we didn't want. We can say, I am not like this. What happened to me? Those phases of our lives confuse us sometimes because as we grow older, we became more conscious about ourselves. Especially, we are more conscious in how society helps and shapes us to be a better and strong one. Over a time that may come on us, we can feel slowly that we became a better version of ourselves. We became a person that strong enough to handle our own battles in life and thinks of some solutions of our own battles. As time passes by in our life, we became more confident and dependent on our own self. We chose to be quiet all the times when we have problems or battles we carry on in our life. We chose to solo our own problems and solve it in our own way. Identity is a core and unavoidable part of all our lives. Our actions shape our identity on how we act in times of society breaks us down and some problems may come on us. And in turn, our identity shapes our actions on how strong we are in the future. Trying to pretend that identity doesn't matter may make you feel better about yourself, but it won't affect how others see you and how their perceptions or views about you shape their actions and may help you to shape not only your identity but also your mind for you to know how you act and thinks to solve the matter in your own